I mean, I get, oh.
I suppose just cursing is one thing, but...
You gotta kill me. What will you say?
Hey Kai, how's it going?
It's going great, man. How's it going with you?
Good. What have you been up to the last couple weeks?
Nothing.
No changes in your life?
Your sister yet?
No, he's not dating my sister yet.
Is she on Facebook?
She is. Are you still unemployed?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're, I don't know, high school or something?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe, I'll try to work on comedy in the next couple months and actually try to get good. So I think the next couple weeks I'm going to try to work on slowing down a little bit, and not going too fast. Because if I talk too fast and then don't have pauses in there, people don't have adequate time to think about what I'm saying and laugh. So if I just come up here and I try to straight fire off a bunch of stuff like, hey, why husbands die before wives because they want to. Hey, why was 6 afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9. Hey, did you ever hear about the Polish admiral who wanted to be buried at sea? 5 men died trying to dig his grave. It gives you no time to think about what I said. So I'm going to try to slow it down, not get too excited, work on that for a while, and then maybe in June or July, work on trying to be funny. So I'm sorry that doesn't come for a while. It's in the future. I was going to be here last week, but my in-laws showed up, and I didn't know if my mother-in-law would want to hear my jokes. And none of them are about her, because most of the time my wife's here, so I still can't tell those jokes, or else I'm going to get hit when I get back home. But I did actually learn on Sunday how to sharpen knives. My father-in-law bought me a knife sharpening set for Christmas, and he finally showed me how to use it, which is actually really nice and beneficial. But when I was doing that, he was talking to me about different types of knives, and I didn't know that people referred to boning knives as boners. Has anyone else heard of this? That's how he referred to it. He's a real straight-laced kind of person. That's just what he referred to him as. So the whole time I'm there sharpening my other knife that I have, he's talking about, because he's a pretty avid hunter and fisherman. So he's talking about, different qualities of boners, boner specifications, the best boner to use for fish, the best boner to use for deer. And the entire time, I'm trying not to laugh like I'm 12 again, because I'm incredibly immature, and I'm probably old enough, 26, that I'm never really gonna get more mature than I am now. It was just really awkward to hear, a 57-year-old man refer to a boning knife as a boner. I think I may be maturing a little bit, because my wife and I have been looking for houses. One of the things we've been thinking about is maybe whether or not to get an income property house, so something like maybe a duplex or a house that you can rent out the top or the bottom. And whenever I bring this up, I tell people that maybe I could rent it out, to people from work or friends or something like that, so I'd have someone trusted to live there. But they always tell me, when you have an income property, don't do that, because you need to act as the landlord. You don't want to have somebody who may take advantage of your friendship. So because of that, I was thinking that the perfect tenant would be Kai. Because not only are we not friends, I already hate him. So that would be great. He's almost perfect tenant because, as we talked about before, he's unemployed. I could take my parents around and just have freeloaders living with me for a while. Do you want to live in the basement of my house for the next 6 to 10 years for free?
Is it furnished?
I got an air mattress.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I have to get the house first. That's the thing. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So there's a Polish lumberjack that I was still working with, using hand axes, using hatchets, using the two-person saw to cut down his trees. And one day one of his friends said, man, you should really look into getting a chainsaw. It'll really make the job go a lot quicker, a lot easier on yourself. It's a lot less, effort to put into it. So he gets a chainsaw, he's using it for a couple days. He takes it back to the store. He goes, I can't get this to work. This seems like, it's a real hassle. So, the store employee's looking at the chainsaw. He checks to make sure, it's oiled up properly. It's got gas in it. He pulls the cord, goes, bing, 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 and the pull-out goes, what the hell's that? Okay, so see the joke here Okay, so you guys know Polacks are dumb, right? And I'm allowed to tell Polak jokes because my last name is Roskowski. So somewhere back a couple generations ago, a Polak, you know, hopped on a floating door and made it across the sea and didn't die, and so here I am. So the joke is, he's using a chainsaw like a regular saw and trying to cut down a tree. That's why he doesn't know what the noise is, okay? Good. The county was having issues with their porta
I'm gonna
potties.
say, I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
Wojnowski. See, I didn't get it.
That's why you didn't get it, I know.
Yeah.
My dad's told me so many Polak jokes. Once I hear some more of them, I can tell them to you. If you didn't understand the one I said earlier when I was talking really fast, the one joke was, did you hear about the Polish admiral who wanted to be buried at sea? 5 men died trying to dig his grave. So, the county was having issues with their porta potties. They were just, getting stinky, getting dirty. They were tired of all the upkeep and maintenance on them. So they ordered these new state-of-the-art porta potties from Germany that were guaranteed not to smell. They got them in, they installed them. After a couple weeks, they were stinking. They're having issues like the normal ones. So they called the distributor. He got one of the engineers to fly all the way over from Germany. So the guy comes over. He shows up on site. He puts on his safety suit. He grabs all of his measuring equipment. He goes inside the porta potty. He's in there for about 15 minutes. He comes back out. He goes, "I figured out your problem. Someone took a shit in there." See, when I slow down, it helps because people can. I don't know if you're laughing at the joke or just everyone else is laughing, so you're trying to fit in. But either way, I'll appreciate it. I'll take it as you're laughing for me.
I'm laughing with you.
With me?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I appreciate that. So there was this guy who was running away from the cops, and he realized he was in the neighborhood near where his priest lived. So he runs up and he knocks on the door, and the priest answers. He goes, "Father, you gotta help me. The cops are after me, but I'm innocent. I can't let them arrest me tonight. They're gonna beat me up in jail." So the father goes, "Come in, my son." He comes into his house. He takes him downstairs. He lets him stay in one of his guest rooms. He goes, "Whatever you do, don't open the door across the hall." And the guy goes, "Why can't I open that door?" And the father goes, "I can't tell you. You're not a priest." So the guy goes, "It's okay. I'm not going to question. He's let me stay here, get away from the police." So in the middle of the night, he wakes up and he can't stop thinking about this door. He tries to open it. It's locked. So the next morning, he asks the father what was going on, behind there. What's the mystery? Because he heard some noises, and he goes again, "I can't tell you. You're not a priest." So the guy goes, he's not really happy with that answer, but he goes away. It nags at him so much, he goes to seminary. He becomes a priest himself. He comes back years later and he goes, "Father, I'm a priest now. Could you please tell me what's behind that door?" And the father goes, "What's behind that door is so amazing that words don't do it justice. You'll just have to look for yourself." So he gives him a key. He goes, he opens the door. Stairs that just go up forever. So the guy's walking up and up and up and up these stairs. He gets to the top, there's another door. Good, I'll just see, this is it. I can finally find out what's behind it. Locked. Back down the stairs, he gets another key from the father. Up the stairs, opens the door. There's a vast jungle in front of him. He's going through the jungle, pushing through. It's hot, it's sweaty, he's getting stinky. It's just miserable and terrible, but he feels in his heart that it's going to be worth it. He finally reaches through and feels wood. There's another door. It's locked too. Back to the jungle, back down the stairs. Gets another key from the father. Up the stairs, through the jungle, opens the door. Vast ocean. He goes, "Well, I've come this far. If I drowned, it's God's plan." So he starts swimming. Finally, he washes up on a beach. There's a little chest there. He goes to open it. It's locked. Back across the ocean, through the jungle, down the stairs, gets a key from the priest. And the priest says, "This is it, I promise you. You will finally get what you're searching for." So he goes up the stairs, through the jungle, across the ocean, back to the chest, opens it up, and there it is. Up next, someone with actual talent. Who wants to come up? You guys have any questions about the last joke?
I didn't get it.
What do you mean you didn't get it? Which part?
The whole thing.
The whole thing? You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell it again. Do you want to know what was in the box?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a priest.
Oh.
That's one of those jokes that's a lot more fun to tell than it is to hear.
Oh, thank you.